Who's the best point guard in the NBA?
Me. Everybody get to see me now. I mean, we've been on TV a little bit lately, more than we have. But I think I've been doing the same thing, but I'm just doing it better this season, and I'm doing it on both ends of the floor. I just feel like I'm an all-around point guard.
The tie, and now Wall for the win!
Oh, my goodness.
He was the #1 recruit in all of college basketball. John Wall knocks down the jumper.
My message is going to be, I'm just trying to be the leader. I'm trying to be the point guard. I'm going to take every bite I can for every veteran and every coaching staff. And just like I did at Kentucky, I knew basketball, but I didn't know as much as I learned. You know, I learned so much in 1 year.
With the first pick in the 2010 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select John Wall from the University of Kentucky.
Excellent three-point shooter. Martin is. You see him come up with the steal, but he's a guy who can really stretch the floor. And here's Wall in transition.
John Wall right to the rim. His strides are so long.
John Wall's entrance before the game. How about these moves? Knocked away by Wall, and he'll take it himself.
Sometimes it leads to another. There's that steal by John Wall. So quick, gets in, flushes it.
Knocked away by Arenas, picked up by Blatch, back to Gilbert. And the alley-oop, one-handed slam for Wall. Paired up together, and it doesn't get much better than that. Wizards up by 11.
Once they won the lottery and got John Wall, this became John Wall's team, and he became the leader of this team, and they had to do something. They knew that Gilbert and John could play together, but they couldn't really coexist together.
How about Gilbert getting up for that? Now Wall gets it past, lays it up, and in! Tremendous shot by John Wall. That gets the fans going here at Verizon Center.
Assist to made field goals.
Yep. Wall knocks it away. Vesely wisely gives it up to him, and he slams it in.
See, that was impressive, and I tell you why. 99% of John's dunks are with the left hand.
Washington seems to be a perfect fit. How excited are you to be going there and play with John Wall?
Super excited. Honestly, I think me and John, as well as Jordan Crawford, could be a great backcourt, and hopefully I can make an impact as best as I can.
I'm doing good, man. Just chilling, taking my time. Yeah, it's great. You know what I mean? It's going to help me get myself back into shape, push me in practice and stuff like that to get myself back into game form and continue to be ready to play whenever time is called.
Wall against Bayless. Backs up, fires. What a shot! A clutch shot by John Wall. Wall hit this one as the clock expired. Wall crossover on Ish Smith a couple of times. And a great pass inside for Seraphin. Wall with 5 assists in the game, none of them better than this one.
My whole thing was I was put on this earth to do something, and I was blessed to be able to play basketball. But my main thing was to keep striving to be a better person. That's one thing my mom always instilled in me was it doesn't matter what nobody thinks you're a basketball player.
Goodbye, McLemore. Goodbye, Shaq. Because there is a new... I told you, John Wall is going to get it.
The screen knocked away. Wizards gets the steal. Here's Wall with Dunleavy. And throws it up and in. And score the field goal. A spectacular circus shot by John Wall.
What did it say about the fight and poise of this young team?
We just stuck with it, man. We didn't make shots, and me and Brad got great looks that we made all season, but give credit to Nene, Trevor Reeves, and those guys of just tipping it out and getting offensive rebounds, and we being smart at holding the ball.
The Pacers outscored the Wizards 20-6 to end the game, and that's David West knocking down the jumper from the top of the key. Indiana wins at 93-80, and they'll head back to the Eastern Conference Finals to face the Miami Heat.
I'm talking to you before the game, and you're never like this. She really touched your heart, didn't she? Buck, obviously, John's very emotional, guys. We'll send it back to you.
Here it is in the Eastern Conference. John Wall of Washington is second straight.
Fantastic all year, John Wall. Congratulations.
Leads in assists, number 2 in steals, has 23 double-doubles, the most among guards in the NBA.
Basket of the second half. It's a 13-point game. Wall. What a spin! Oh, my! John Wall with an incredible hang and score.
Oh, wow. And that's spinning the opposite way.
5 seconds to go. He can squeeze one off. On the drive, Lowry blocked at the rim. And that's the end of the first quarter. John Wall recovering on defense to snuff that drive to the bucket.
Millsap got trapped, turned it over. Wall attacking. Accelerates to the finish, and Beal gets it. And Wall is hurt. He went down. He's holding his left wrist.
It was tough. It was frustrating. We was playing so well in the playoffs early on and didn't get hurt. In game one was tough. And to find out I had fractures in my hand, and it was difficult. I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to rush it and wanted to make the right decisions.
Kicks it out. Wall hesitates and slams it in.
His bench likes that play.
Beats the clock with a left-handed dunk.
That, David, is what change of pace looks like right there.
John, I want to start with missing the playoffs for the team. How much did that eat at you at the time and during the offseason?
It killed me, man. I was very frustrated and devastated that we didn't make the playoffs. We dealt with a lot of injuries and stuff like that.
Wall steals that away from Harden. John racing to the hoop. Nice pass for Beal. Boy, that's a heads-up play.
Absolutely.
That makes John Wall the Washington Wizards Bullets all-time franchise leader in assists. Wall is fouled. Score the field goal. He'll go to the line. He has tied his career high with 47 points.
Well, that was just a determined move on John's part, going
bothered by Wall. Wall knocks it away from behind. That's another steal, and that's going to give him the all-time franchise lead. The alley-oop at the other end.
the big man, but this leads to a record-breaking steal.
Wall gets a screen. Baseline. Got it! John Wall with 5 seconds on the clock. Another clutch fourth quarter field goal.
Who's the best point guard in the NBA?
Me. Everybody get to see me now. I mean, we've been on TV a little bit lately, more than we have. But I think I've been doing the same thing, but I'm just doing it better this season. And I'm doing it on both ends of the floor. I just feel like I'm an all-around point guard.
Alley-oop, Wall to Gortat, beautifully done. And John Wall has set a new career high with 20 assists.
21 consecutive shots. A steal by Morris. Ahead to Wall. To the right. Every starter for the Wizards in double figures. Porter with the slam, and he's got 11.
As Washington moves on, and they will meet Boston next. Cleveland will take on Toronto in the Eastern Conference semifinals. But no doubt about it, a very disappointing night for all Hawks fans.
I look at John Wall right now, his size, his defensive tenacity, his leadership, his willingness to accept and embrace responsibility. He has elevated himself to star status, and he is approaching superstar status.
He gives it to Wall. Working against Bradley for three. John Wall! What a shot! Now you talked about a pressure shot. That was it.
I really don't know. Only other way I can really process is I wish I would have played better. We had a heck of a season, heck of a series. This is something we could look as motivation, but other than that, it's kind of tough to think about it right now.
John Wall is the face of that Washington franchise. They had a good season last year, some playoff success, and now they have their core of Wall, Bradley Beal, and now Otto Porter, who has a new $100 million deal. That's their core now going forward in Washington.
First time, but another screen and roll to Wall. And a step back jumper. 27 for John Wall.
And Washington's setting some big-time screens right now for John Wall.
How will he bounce back when he does come back? If he comes back, March, middle of March, it takes a while for any player of any magnitude to kind of settle back into that game scenario. And how will the Washington Wizards really adjust?
Alley-oop, beautiful pass. Wall to Beal.
Bradley Beal has been excellent the last couple weeks. John recognizing the attention.
Winning a championship. Then the problem might be John Wall. And it's nothing about character or anything. He's a brilliant passer. He's maybe the fastest guy in the league. He doesn't shoot it very well. You gotta shoot it well from the outside if you're that size and you really want to win a championship.
Other than that, I think every game was a compete battle. We went down to the wire. We had a 5-point lead going to the fourth quarter. And it resulted back to the fourth quarter. They just outplayed us, made shots. We turned the ball over. And it was a more aggressive team.
What I need people to understand, this latest stuff about John Wall Guys disgusted with him, feeling he don't want to share the ball enough. He's about his numbers. He's about potentially challenging for league MVP honors as opposed to prioritizing winning.
He actually is back in the building today, and he's walking around with a bulky walking boot. And that's a telltale sign that he has to stabilize the left heel, and it's the end of the 2018-2019 season for John Wall.
It's never a good sign when a team gives you a number for a conference call with their physician, but their best player, their 5-time All-Star, again. He was already done for the season after heel spur surgery, but about 6 days ago, John Wall slipped and fell in his home outside the shower.
Wizards guard John Wall will undergo surgery to repair a ruptured left Achilles tendon. The procedure, which has yet to be scheduled, Wall is expected to return to full basketball activity in approximately 12 months from the time of surgery.
Me in the off season, just getting my motion back in my foot, just being able to walk on 2 shoes. That's what I'm really waiting to get to. Then after that is everything. It's just taking my time and go with the process. That's how long it takes.
There's no plans to trade John. Obviously, it's unfortunate this time of year. The bait and tackle shop's wide open for business. There's a lot of people that get excited on the internet or whatnot, but there's no issues with John and I. There's no issues with John and the Wizards.
And just doing my job is trying to be a leader, be the point guard on the floor, tell guys where to be, things I see. It's all a new adjustment for me, most of the coaching staff and myself, and a lot of new guys we brought in. Always just trying to fit in and figure out how to make this team the best we can be to go out there and compete at a high level every night. I appreciate it, man. I feel great. I got to get a couple rust off a couple of my jump shots, but I ain't played in 2 years and 5 days, man. I'm just happy to be out here. I play with a great group of guys, being in a great city like H-Town, and they get Coach Styles his first one. It would have been dope. Nobody wants no more victories. But I feel like the effort we gave tonight, we gave the effort for the rest of the year. It'll be good and something that we could build on for next season.
Ball goes right between. 360! Oh, what an unbelievable move by John Wall. Explain this to me.
That looks like Elgin Baylor.
John Wall has not played for the Rockets this season. There are no plans for John Wall to play for the Rockets. So he sits for now as the Rockets rebuild, play their young guys, and John Wall may not play at all in the NBA this season.
So it's not just $44 million this year. It's $47 million next year.
Next year.
And John Wall's not going to waive that deal. He's going to get paid $91 million to not play basketball in use. His career is essentially over.
He is owed 2 years, $91 million on his contract. So it seems like an impossible contract to move, but no contract is untradeable in the NBA.
As an athlete, let me tell you something. It's just like purchasing a vehicle. As soon as you drive it and put miles on it, it decreases the value. As an athlete, the more I get paid and the less I got to play, I'm going to be a lot more charged up.
The Rockets and John Wall have reached a buyout agreement. His opt-in was $47 million. The buyout that they agreed to was he gave back $6.5 million. How kind of him.
And I think John Wall is an awesome fit. If he starts, there could be some spacing issues with him, but he walks right in the door as the best passer on the team. He gets them moving in transition, and the Clippers really could use some easy buckets in transition.
If they are able to remain healthy, I would give the Clippers a slight edge as the favorites in the Western Conference. And you add John Wall, that creates pace and can create shot opportunities for players.
This is what you can do to sustain yourself, have a long career. This is the work you need to put in, and I think that's all I can bring to this team.
Do you think some people have forgotten about John Wall?
For sure, a lot of people have forgotten about me, but it don't take long to wake them back up.
The second quarter. James gets his third assist. Wall flies inside and got it to go.
And then John Wall letting everyone know, I still got a lot left in the tank here, Candace.
Behind the scenes, and he said this publicly as well, I think he's frustrated with how he's being used. I think John Wall would like to play more minutes. Right now, his minutes cap is at about 26. He played, I think, 25 last night. He's still not playing in both games of back-to-backs.